Di video ini, saya akan menggambarkan tentang how to describe people atau cara menerangkan berbagai macam sifat orang. Oke, simak videonya sampai tuntas. What's up everyone, kembali lagi dengan saya dengan Arus di Arus Language Channel. Di video kali ini saya akan menerangkan tentang how to describe people atau kinds of people's characteristic. Jadi di sini di video ini saya akan menerangkan berbagai macam sifat atau karakter orang-orang ya. Dan kata itu bisa berupa adjective or noun ya, bisa berupa kata sifat ataupun kata benda yang ditujukan kepada pelakunya atau seseorang yang memiliki sifat atau karakter tersebut. Yang pertama, kata atau phrase yang pertama yaitu easygoing. So what is easygoing? So easygoing person is a person who is not easily panic, and he always feel relaxed and enjoy things, and he does not get the worries easily. Ya, jadi untuk orang yang easygoing ini, orang yang tidak mudah panik, tidak mudah cemas, orangnya santai dan ya selalu menikmati segala macam keadaan dan selalu enjoy ya, and always feels relaxed. So are you kind of an easygoing person?
I've always thought I was pretty easygoing, you know. It's not like I have the big issues.
Disappointed with you, Margot.
But you seem so easygoing. Thought you'd let me try on a dress.
What can I say? I'm an easygoing gal.
Kata yang kedua yaitu charismatic. So what is charismatic? Charismatic people is a people who have the ability to influence other people and other people's attention or attraction. So they naturally influence people. So I don't know, because the way he speaks or the way he behaves ya. Jadi orang-orang yang karismatik itu orang-orang yang mudah atau gampang mempengaruhi orang-orang ya, dan juga mudah sekali mendapatkan perhatian dari orang lain. Dan karismatik ini sangat berpengaruh ya, entah cara mereka berbicara, berperilaku, dan karakter-karakter mereka. So charismatic.
The most popular, scandal-free athletes of all time. He's heroic, he's charismatic, and he's retiring.
The charismatic guy promising to make America great again.
You're the most remarkable person I know, and I've met Jaleel White, incredibly charismatic.
You mean to tell me this all happened because you were messing with the Shadow Man?
He was very charismatic.
Next word is a sitter. What is a sitter? A sitter is a person who takes care other people's pets, other people's belongings ya. Jadi sitter ini adalah kalau di bahasa Indonesia kan bisa jadi pengasuh, makanya ada istilah babysitter ya. Jadi masih banyak yang salah, ada yang bilang baby sister ya. Kalau baby sister masih ada baby brother dong ya. Jadi yang betul itu babysitter, yang diambil dari kata sitter, yaitu pengasuh. Kalau babysitter ya pengasuh bayi. What about a cat sitter? A cat sitter berarti orang yang the people or the person who takes care other people's cat or pets ya. Jadi bisa juga orang yang mengasuh binatang peliharaan, bisa pet sitter, a cat sitter. Orang yang mengurusi rumah ya berarti house sitter ya.
Cities in 6 days, my head is just pounding. I'm not ready for a dinner party.
I already got a sitter.
Can you cancel her?
So what you're saying is if I can get an acceptable babysitter here before you leave, I can go patrol.
Babysitter? I'm 14. I'm old enough to be a babysitter.
And thank you for reminding me I can't find a friggin' cat sitter.
I'm not going. Cheddar's regular dog sitter is ill.
I wonder if he'd know enough to go to my brother's place.
In Paris?
Maybe they have a house.
The next phrase is black sheep. What is black sheep? Yeah, a black sheep is a person who embarrasses his members of family. Yeah, not only because he has done something wrong, but he also it feels like different from others, ya. Jadi black sheep ini adalah orang yang mengacaukan suasana, yang mempermalukan anggota keluarga lain, ya, karena kesalahan dia, akhirnya dia agak sedikit diperlakukan berbeda. Bukan hanya itu, black sheep juga it's kind of a little bit different among others. Jadi dia sepertinya paling berbeda dari yang lain. Itu bisa juga disebut black sheep, ya. Black sheep di sini berarti misalkan di seluruh anggota keluarga ada adik, kakak, ya, adiknya banyak, kakaknya juga banyak. Semuanya memiliki kemiripan, misalnya entah dari penampilan, entah dari gaya bicara, entah dari warna kulit. Tapi orang ini, si anggota keluarga ini agak berbeda, ya, entah dari sifatnya, entah dari penampilannya, kok nggak mirip dari yang lainnya. Nah, orang ini disebut black sheep. Nah, tentunya black sheep ini kan artinya kambing hitam. Di Indonesia juga ada black sheep, ya, kambing hitam, cuman maknanya berbeda. Kalau di Indonesia, black sheep ini kambing hitam berarti yang dikorbankan. Misalkan tumbal, dia nggak tahu apa-apa, tapi dia yang disalahkan. Nah, ini black sheep kalau versi bahasa Indonesia. Tapi kalau untuk black sheep dalam English, ya, versi bahasa sana, itu artinya yang sudah saya jelaskan tadi, ya. Just different from others. He's a black sheep.
Third brother in the middle.
Gary, I heard.
Yeah, the black sheep. The drunk.
Do you know what's a black sheep?
No.
It's like when you're different to everyone else.
The Coens are like family, Neil.
Maybe they're about to become the black sheep.
Everybody thinks I'm the black sheep. Well, I'll show them what a black sheep can do.
Untuk kata selanjutnya yaitu dark horse. Dark horse di sini artinya maksudnya kuda hitam. A dark horse is a person who is not expected to win, but he wins. Secara orang yang secara awalnya itu tidak dianggap diunggulkan, ya, dia itu diremehkan, disepelekan, tetapi dia akhirnya menjadi pemenang, akhirnya dia unggul. Nah, istilah dark horse ini biasanya dipakai dalam suatu ajang kompetisi, ya, perlombaan, kejuaraan atau pertandingan, ya. That's the dark horse.
Ooh, a dark horse candidate. Late entry to the race.
What's this? No, a dark horse is challenging Gagne.
Any contestants worth mentioning?
Maybe. There's kind of a dark horse in the running.
So, here it is one more time, the dark horse for this year's Christmas #1. Christmas is all around. Thank you.
The next phrase or the next word is chatty. What is chatty? So, chatty is a person who likes to talk, ya, who talk a lot. Ya, jadi seorang chatty ini orang yang sangat friendly, yang ramah dan senang ngobrol, ya, senang ngobrol itu chatty, ya. Lalu apa bedanya dengan talkative? Kalau talkative itu dia sama-sama senang ngobrol juga, cerewet gitu, ya. Cuman kalau untuk kata talkative ini dia sifatnya lebih dominan dan lebih permanen, ya, lebih permanen. Cuman kalau untuk chatty ini hanya sifatnya temporer, terkadang sifatnya sementara. Tumben nih kamu sekarang agak-agak cerewet, agak-agak banyak ngomong gitu. So now you are a little bit chatty. Jadi seperti itu. Jadi orang yang biasanya pendiam kok tiba-tiba jadi chatty, ya.
Something wrong?
Boy, someone's in a chatty mood.
But you can start with clearing those empties.
Great. I'll get right on it.
Not very chatty today, are ya?
I don't know. Is there something you wanted to talk about?
Next phrase is wise guy. What is wise guy? Mungkin dari kata wise and guy. Mungkin kalau kita nggak tahu ilmunya wise guy, oh berarti kalau cuma hanya sekedar mengandalkan terjemahan orang yang bijaksana. Wise itu bijaksana, ya. Guy itu bisa bilang pria. Nah, justru artinya wise guy di sini adalah sindiran, ya. A wise guy is a person who is trying to be clever, who is trying to be smart, but actually he is not too clever. Actually, it just makes the people feel annoyed, ya. Jadi wise guy ini, kalau bahasa Indonesianya, orang yang sok pintar, ya. Bahkan bisa orang-orang itu nganggapnya ke dia itu jadi agak ngeselin, ya, agak menyebalkan. Padahal dia nggak pintar-pintar amat. So just remember one thing: smart I like, smart ass I don't. So don't try to be a wise guy.
Delivery right here. I caught a bad pepperoni.
The wise guy. Okay. Hey, who's the wise guy?
Hey, does this look like a petting zoo to you, huh? Okay, all right, wise guy. You just earned a time.
Kata selanjutnya yaitu know-it-all. What is know-it-all? So a person who has this kind of characteristic is a person as if he knows everything. He knows a lot. Ya, jadi orang yang sok tahu itu kata yang pas dalam bahasa Indonesia. Yaitu seolah-olah dia itu tahu segalanya, dia itu bisa bilang pengen dianggap pintar, padahal enggak juga sih. Dan juga ini sifat ini ngeselin juga ya. Okay, so stop trying to be a know-it-all.
It means you're not taking your synth word like you should. You're such a know-it-all.
She's so rigid and demanding. She's a complete know-it-all.
Hey, it's me. The know-it-all.
What are you doing here?
Kata selanjutnya yaitu surly. What is surly? Surly person is a person who is always in a bad mood and he is not too friendly actually. Jadi orang yang surly ini orang yang kelihatannya kurang ramah, cemberut terus, ya, dan agak sedikit surly, ya. Surly ini bisa juga disandangkan ke orang ataupun ke hewan ataupun binatang. Seperti apa hewan yang surly itu? Ya banyak, seperti macan, ya, dia kan suka cemberut, yaitu that's surly.
Sometimes you can come off a little surly.
What? I'm not surly.
That's it. She gets very surly when you disobey a direct order.
You're a different breed than our sort. You're surly, suspicious. You don't play well with others.
Untuk kata selanjutnya or the next phrase is level-headed. So a level-headed person is a person who has the ability to take care or to deal with the difficult situation or the hard condition, and he is always calm. Ya, level-headed ini orang yang pembawaannya itu tenang dalam menghadapi situasi-situasi sulit dan nggak mudah panik. Level-headed, ya, dan juga nggak mudah emosi. Ya, mungkin kalau dalam bahasa Indonesia mungkin kurang lebih artinya orang yang berkepala dingin, ya. So no matter what happens, just try to be level-headed.
LA's so nice.
Everyone's so genuine and level-headed.
Okay, first of all, women don't like to be called dame. Second, women appreciate calm, level-headed, and responsible.
Mom, I'm not stoned. I'm completely fine. In fact, I'm more clear and level-headed than I've ever.
So the next phrase we have yes man. What is yes man? So a yes man people is a people who always try to please his boss, his superior, ya. Jadi orang yang dikategorikan yes man itu orang-orang yang suka menyenangkan para atasannya, majikannya atau bosnya. Apapun yang diperintahkan majikannya atau bosnya, dia selalu siap, selalu yes, siap dan, ya, itu adalah kategori yes man.
And he's a yes man.
Not all the time. Sometimes I'll say I don't like something. He says he doesn't like it either.
It's very presidential of me, don't you think?
Absolutely.
You're not turning into a yes man, are you?
I'm becoming a corporate yes man. I'm like, yes, Mr. George Bush. Whatever you say, Mr. George.
The next phrase we have jack of all trades. So what the heck is jack of all trades? So the jack of all trades ini adalah orang, so jack orang yang memiliki banyak kemampuan. So the jack of all trade is a person who has ability and many kinds of skills, and he can do many kind of jobs. Ya, dia disuruh masak bisa, disuruh main musik jago, ya, disuruh benerin motor mahir juga. Pokoknya segala macam dia bisa melakukannya. Multi skills, ya, banyak memiliki keterampilan. Nah, itu adalah jack of all trades.
Big Head is sort of like a floating utility player, kind of like a jack of all trades.
Listen, I'm so much more, man. I'm kind of a jack of all trades.
Untuk kata selanjutnya, we have grumpy. What is grumpy? So a grumpy person is a person who get easily annoyed and he complains a lot. Dia orang yang sukanya ngedumel, banyak mengeluh, suka cemberut, ya, and he doesn't like enjoying anything, so he is a grumpy. A grumpy ini lebih ke adjective, kata sifat. Kata sifat, kalau kita ingin lebih ke orangnya, pelakunya, bisa juga menjadi noun, yaitu grump. Bolehkah disatukan supaya menggambarkan ini benar-benar ngeselin nih orang nih, complaining terus. Nah, bisa juga grumpy grump.
Stanley Hudson is a grump. Everybody knows that.
Miss Mullins is out today, so we have Mr. Cooper teach us biology. Such a grump.
No way! I bet you'd make way more money being nice than being a big grumpy grump to everyone all the time.
The next phrase we have absent-minded. Absent-minded person is a person who gets easily forget something, or he doesn't care, or he does not notice about the situation around him. So orang yang absent-minded ini orang yang suka lupa, ya, sifatnya temporer, ya, suka lupa akan sesuatu, terus juga kadang dia suka acuh terhadap lingkungan sekitar. So well, sometimes I'm also kind of absent-minded, ya. Kalau saya lagi buru-buru atau apa, kadang ada aja yang ketinggalan. So this is absent-minded.
Waving goodbye with an absent-minded smile.
Thought you'd know about it.
And so we do. Of course we do. I'm sorry, I was being absent-minded.
Oh yes, of course.
She is an old dear, but a little absent-minded.
Oke, kata yang terakhir yaitu stick in the mud. So what is stick in the mud? So stick in the mud itu orang yang surly, orang yang grumpy, disatukan ada di situ. Stick in the mud. Stick in the mud is the people who are old-fashioned and they don't like something enjoyable, and they do not enjoy anything. They always feel unhappy. So that is a stick in the mud.
Can't y'all take a few pictures, have a few laughs? Jeez, Eddie, what a old stick in the mud.
You were a stick in the mud when we judged that beauty pageant, and you're being a stick in the mud now.
I am not a stick in the mud. I just want to stop.
Everyone, itulah how to describe people. So cara menerangkan berbagai macam sifat seseorang, entah itu karakter, entah itu misalkan cara mereka berperilaku, how they behave, and and also the characteristic. Ya, memang masih banyak lagi yang lainnya, tapi kita sudah membahas kurang lebih ada 15, ya, ada 15 kinds of characteristic or behavior, whether it is noun or adjective. Sampai di sini dulu video dari saya. Jangan lupa comment, like, and share to your friends. And of course, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss my next videos. Alright, I'll see you later.